just outside of Buffalo, New York. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Edwards. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 45-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. First carry for Trenton Cannon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. To throw is Rosen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! 21, 21.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there.
Here we go. Black 80! 13! 13!
I'm coming after you! Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Oh, yeah. Oh.
21, 21.
Here we go again. Check it.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 12, fellas, here we go.
Set the tone, defense.
White, white, white.
Switch, switch, switch.
Hey, Hunt!
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left,
more football
early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line. Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jakeem Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Bills have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. From the 25 on 2nd down, Rosen. He's going to fire one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And that is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Rosen will throw. Flush to his right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now, look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Rosen. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think...
And it'll be intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Raekwon McMillan leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. After the sack on 1st down, Garoppolo eluding the pressure right. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Alpha.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. It got his man complete. A big play here for the Bills. 45 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman, and he'll go down at the 28. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll run on 1st down. Coleman. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Here we go. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Rosen looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Rosen. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player, not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Forced out to his left, and he comes back with one complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Play action here with Rosen. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. And look at this, another fake. And he's going to let it go deep. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
Here we go, here we go. Select 80!
52, come on. Don't get nervous.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff Spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
From the gun, they go to Edwards. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Rosen to throw on 3rd down. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Coleman now. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Delta.
Mike's 59.
2, they hunt.
They will run again with Coleman. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here we go. 180.
Check, 59.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Mike, check, 59. I'm coming for you, Mike.
They hunt.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there.
He's got a man, complete. And he is out of bounds all the way up near midfield. It's a big play there for Miami. 41 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Rosen off the play action. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now, is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Flush to his right. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. From the red zone now, here's Rosen on 1st down. And he'll find Lastly there. It's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come out here in the eye. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Gus Edwards, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
On 2nd and 9, Rosen. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Rosen. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Rosen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now it's Rosen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And he's taken down inside the 30. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man, there to knock it away that time. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They go play action. It's Rosen. Steps away to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, here's McSorley. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Garoppolo looks to throw. Gets it to Meredith, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. That's going to be caught. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one rips, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Buffalo, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll